Hi everybody and welcome back to my daily vlog. It is Friday. It is June 30th. It is the last day of Pride Month, which I'm prideful. I just got done recording my fifth part for my Golden Sun playthrough, which is going kind of well. I have yet to lose. Like seriously. Um, I've only had two characters actually die on me, so I'm kind of glad it's not a Nuzlocke. Because if it was, I'd be screwed. But it's not a Nuzlocke, so that's a good sign. Trying to get I want to get my tablet up straight. So yeah, I just got done filming that. So expect that up. I'm hoping to get it up this weekend. I have to do compressing of the files because when wow, my legs start to cramp there. Okay. Because when I recorded the video, it's like tonight's is part five is almost 3 hours long. So Friday nights I can do a 3 hour long video. If I compress the file and I upload it, I can get it up pretty quick. The other ones would be about maybe the one's like maybe an hour and a half, and the other one's maybe about 2 hours. So they're about maybe 200 some megabytes to 300 some megabytes a piece, which will go up fairly quickly. But again, it takes time. That's not something that goes up easy. And with my internet connection being what it is, it's a whole day affair. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but it's a whole day affair. Hopefully I can get it up. I'll try working on it first thing in the morning. I'm hoping. I'm also trying to get together with a friend of mine, but chances are that's not going to happen this week or this weekend because her brother-in-law is coming to fix something. I do have a bump on my earlobe. I thought I did. Did I have it on this side? No, I don't. So that's what keeps triggering my ear to get hurt with my earrings. Yeah, because I had to take one of my earrings off. And I love these, by the way. I got them on eBay because my honorary older sister wore pairs like these, and I thought I really like those, so I wanted to get a pair for me. And I ended up buying two more because I really like them. And again, I'm a gamer. They actually have one of these as a necklace, and I was kind of debating like if this breaks off of because it's a clip-on earring that a pierced one's supposed to go on, and I am planning to pierce my ears. I really am. But I thought, hey, worst case scenario, I can look into seeing if I can maybe make this into like a little necklace. But then they have some that are already on a necklace chain, so I can look into getting it. But while I clean up my setup from tonight, I wanted to talk about life and why it sucks. So life is never a fun thing. Life can be a massive pain in the ass for a variety of reasons. First and foremost being that of course, you have every aspect of life that wants to kick you square in the back, square in the butt, or just square anywhere. Not even Square Enix, just square anywhere. Life is never fun, and I've been learning it firsthand, especially recently, because I'm really trying to get my tablet to just sit still here, but it doesn't want to, and I don't have a decent tablet holder for this, so that just kind of sucks even more. All right, but anyway, like I said, I'm trying to get everything cleaned up because I just got done recording. But so yeah, life sucks, and like I said, I'm slowly learning this, especially now, because with me messing up with my friend in regards to everything else, I started slipping backwards. So for 2 months, I had a really good um go of it, where I was fine. All right, look, full disclosure, I was not fine. Like I cried that first night to I can't smile without oh sorry, not that first thing. Oh my god, this happened on a Monday. That first Wednesday, because I had off that Thursday and I was gonna have off for 5 days because I had my HRT appointment on Monday. It was the 10th that this whole thing happened. The 11th, I told my friend I need to take a break from a friendship to process my own emotions and feelings so I can either be a better friend or just have to walk away. And that Wednesday, I finally just sat in my room here last time, that's when I started my 3-day Dr. Pepper bender. I haven't touched a drop of Dr. Pepper in 2 months. It'll be 3 months. Um, not this Monday, but the following Monday. It'll be 3 months since I touched a drop of Dr. Pepper. No, no, crap. It'll be not the 10th, 12th, 11th, 3 day bend. Okay, so like the 15th. So we're getting close to my 3 month mark. If it was alcohol, holy crap. But I've been kind of going backwards a little bit, thinking about my friend, and it just made me kind of wonder about life, life in general, because I feel as though life just wants to kick me sometimes square in the nuts, because I still have mine, unfortunately. But I feel like life just wants to beat me up, and it knows it can do it. It's like that annoying bully on the playground that knows it can beat you up because you're not gonna, you can't fight back, and if you try to fight back, it just still kicks your butt, which sucks even more. But life just hurts sometimes in general because you feel pain, you feel emotions that you just don't want to have. And like I was telling the person that's been really nice helping me out with this, putting up with me complaining about this, she's been very nice about it. No, I'm not falling for it, trust me. She's been very nice about all of this. She's been very helpful to me because she knows the person that I have a crush on. I still have a crush on. I can't get rid of my feelings for, and that's my problem. And I told her that I kind of slid backwards this week. And yeah, I did. I did. I slid backwards because work was kind of dull this week. This coming week, I'm probably going to slide backwards again. I can foresee it because I'm going to be stressed out um, to my maximum level because I'm working for closing shifts in a row, which I hate closing where I work. I hate it with a passion, especially now because apparently, according to the one coworker of mine, quote, don't try to escape early because the one manager that's on will track you down and give you a stern talking to. Okay, I work 8 hour shifts. I'm supposed to take a 30-minute lunch. Nowhere does it say I can't take that at the end of my shift. When the store closes at 10 and the department that I'm working in, I don't see anybody showing up at 9:30 wanting meat and cheese cut. There's a case that's already got stuff pre-cut, go get it from there. That's my prerogative. So going through all this, I've been. Oh, today is when I found out what my schedule was for next week, and I'm not happy about it. But going through all this, I was thinking about it, and my friend that's been helping me, she said I should focus on the positives that really helped me and that I've learned about myself the last couple months. To be fair, I have learned a lot about myself. I learned that I am very compassionate. I learned that I am a very caring individual. What I'm trying to figure out is why I got feelings for my friend in the first place. Why did I get these emotions? Why did I have these feelings? What caused me to fall for my friend in the first place? Because if I can figure that out, then I feel like in my mind, I can figure out a way to make my feelings go away or suppress them. I knew that was going to happen the minute I hit this, the minute I hit my little um table. I knew it was going to happen. But so I thought if I could what it is that is figure out what it is that drives me and pulls me towards her, that I could, in theory, mind you, put my feelings for aside, suppress them. The only downside, I don't know what it was that drew me to her in the first place. I talked with her for a while. She had surgery in February. I was worried sick about her going into the surgery. I was worried sick about her after the surgery. I remember a night when I woke up in the middle of the night, mind you. I woke up, it was like, this was a, okay, so she had a surgery done on Valentine's Day. And on the 12th, no, not the 12th, I'm smoking. Um, that next morning, I was more just overcome with, okay, she's all right. She had surgery. She posted that she was out of surgery on her online, like, I want to say like 8 minutes. Reload the site. Don't end my stream. But she reloaded. Yeah, she uploaded that she was fine. I want to say about 8 minutes after I left for work. And I was just like, oh my God, because she was in surgery from like 8:30 in the morning till about 2:30. So it was about 6 hours. I was looking it up online how long. I'm not gonna say what surgery she had because she's kind of private. Granted, she will put it out on hers, but I'm not telling you who she is either. So fight me. Sorry, guys. I'm not telling you. Hey, I am a private girl for a reason. But anyway, so she put it up online that she was out of surgery, and I didn't know about this till I got home, and I was just completely. Once I read that, I just collapsed on my bed with tears strolling down my face, like she's okay. She's out of surgery. And I just felt the waterworks for like a good 30 minutes. I was crying because I was so happy she was okay. I was happy she was out of surgery. I remember at work, I apologized in advance to the two people I was working with because I wasn't closing that night. I was done at 8. And I remember apologizing to the two people I was working with. I said, hey, I'm sorry if I seem out of it tonight. A friend of mine's having surgery. I'm kind of worried about her, but there wasn't anything I could do. She was having it out of state. She lived out of state and she went out of state for surgery. Granted, I offered, hey, I'll drive up to where you are, and if you want somebody to talk to, or just be there if you need help. No, she was fine. She had somebody with her, so I didn't have to go. But I offered. It wasn't that far of a drive for me. Actually, I knew where she was having the surgery, but I offered to drive there. It was my call. I said, I'll drive. I'll show up. I'll go up. I'll keep you company if you need it. I'll pick up stuff if you need it. She goes, no, I'm fine. She had a family member with her, and I think she probably had somebody else too, because I don't think she just went with her family member. I think somebody else was there too, but she was fine. I was off. I offered to go because it's only like maybe a solid 6 hour drive for me one way. I was like, I'll drive 6 hours. I can do 6 hours standing on my head. Take my MP3 player here. Like, I'll take my MP3 player. I can do 6 hours on my head. I can do 6 hours sitting on my ass like it's nothing. I did 6 hours of driving. I did 6 hours of, sorry, I did 8 hours of sitting on my ass when I worked at the office job I had. I miss that job so much. I miss working on computers, and I miss having an office job. I had a desk. I loved that. And that was another thing that just life just took away from me because I wasn't working out and I lost my job because I personally think I got screwed. Like I was just a placeholder for somebody, which really irritates me. But at the same time, it hurt because it was the first job I ever got fired from. They let me go. They fired me. And I hated that because I couldn't even collect unemployment because I had only worked there for 3 weeks. And I did go through the crap with my state. And again, this is life once again because because I didn't because I didn't sign my middle initial or my middle name on everything, and it was on my driver's license. They said that because that's different in their system, which had to be updated because of COVID and everybody claiming unemployment benefits because of the pandemic, you needed to have everything signed with your full signature. I didn't do that because I hate my middle name. I I royally do, and it's my will at one point later on be my dead name. So basically my male self, and everything was in that name. The problem is because everything was in that name, I didn't have my middle name signed. So there's like, no, we can't do it because you don't have your middle name signed. You need your middle name in order for us to process everything and make it okay. So I got screwed. I couldn't do that. Fine. I'll deal with it. So looking at it, then I was like, all right. But with my friend, I'm thinking to myself, I can do 6 hours sitting on my ass like it's nothing. I volunteered at a fire company, taking care of their office duties. And I was doing that while I was employed at this other place too. It was volunteer work that I was doing at the fire company. And I could do 8 hours sitting on my butt. I could do 6 hours in a car like it's nothing. For me, 6 hours would be like taking a nap. I could do it. It would just be I'd have to worry about toll roads, which I was gonna get a map. Like I can just like I'll drive up. I offered to drive. She said no, and It's fine. I wasn't gonna push it. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm like, I can talk with you on here. I sent her jokes every day to help her recover and feel better because despite what Patch Adams says and how much he hated the movie, laughter really is good medicine. So I found, granted, they were corny jokes. I won't deny that. I sent them to her every day, not realizing it was going to be kind of hard for her to see because of the surgery, because of the after effects. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a horrible friend because I sent you jokes that you can't read because you're still recovering. So again, I was an idiot. But that was just life. And this whole thing has just gotten me wondering what exactly it was about my friend that I fell in love with. What was it that life showed me with her that made me think, hey, this is who I want to spend time with. This is who I like. Why do I like you? And I can't figure that out. Now, she has a girlfriend, which caused me to have my little, I'm trying to figure out everything and get through my emotions, which isn't fun. But this was just life playing hardball. And this wasn't the first time life did this to me. I fell in love before with somebody. It was a classmate of mine. I fell hard for her too. Like this is my classmate was my first one, and my recent friend, this recent issue is my honest to God second. But there was one in between. It was a coworker of mine, but I never told her. And then when I told her, she wasn't working anymore there. I was. I never planned on seeing her again. Like, hey, just to let you know, I did kind of like you. I just have a perfect track record of telling people when I like them. Like, I really like you. I really get along with you. I really like spending time with you. I have the perfect track record for this because my classmate. So, fun story with this. And this is where, again, this ties in with life today. So, my classmate goes, or my classmate that I was, that I fell for. And I fell hard. I'm not going to lie. I fell hard because there was an entire summer vacation I thought about. Like, okay, how's she doing? I didn't have her number to reach her or text her. It didn't dawn on me to ask for her because, again, what the hell am I going to do? So I'm like, yeah, I'll see her when school starts. And if I don't, then that's just how it goes. So she comes back then, and the whole summer I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to tell her. And I was talking to my friend about it. I said, I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her within the first week of school. I'm going to tell her. Now, my friend had heard me talk about this for weeks. Like I had talked to them. By the way, I love my Nerf swords. I am a bit of a sword girl, so I do have some swords. Most of them are Nerf-like ones, but I do have a Daito Boken, which I do love. I do love my Daito Boken. It's just a wooden sword, but I love it. But anyway, so my friend knew about this, knew I was going to tell her. It's like, go for it. Now, my friend was supportive. He still is. He still is supportive. In fact, when I came out as trans, he was one of the first people I told because I didn't tell everybody at first because I didn't know how everybody was going to take this. I'm like, all right, you know me as male. You know my male self. You know my male gender. That's who you grew up talking to. That's who you're friends with. But I'm transitioning. I'm not going to be male anymore. I am going to transition to female. And just like that, I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to lose some friends. And I know I say like lots. It's unfortunately a thing I do. No, I'm not a valley girl. No, I'm not a dumb idiot. I just I say like. I don't know why. I've never been able to figure that out. But so I told my friend, and my friend was like, I support you. I have no issue with this. When you start your transition, let me know what you want to be called. Let me know what pronouns to use so I don't get it wrong. I was like, cool. Because he's my best friend. He's been my best friend since middle school. In fact, he's the first friend I ever really had. So it made me feel really good inside. Hold on a second. I might put my laptop up here. Uh, oh, that's where I put the donuts. Okay. Sorry, I thought I found something that I was looking for earlier. But yeah, he was my friend. He's been my first friend I ever had. So that made me feel really good when he said, "Let me know what you want to be called, your pronouns, and everything else." So that was really cool. So obviously, I told him, "You can call me Jessica when I start," and she, her, obviously, and he's not had an issue with it. My other friend hasn't had an issue either, which has been really cool because it was the two of them that I was kind of worried about losing friend wise. So it's nice to know that I didn't lose them. I talked with my old supervisor, and because her and I are still friends, and she's perfectly fine with my with me transitioning. In fact, we've been talking. We've hung out a couple times. So like her and I both her and I both learned makeup from the one person that we worked with, and she was really excited to show me makeup. I was more or less excited to finally figure out what I could put on to appear more feminine. So that definitely made my day, I want to say. So when it came to life, that was a good thing. But again, track record, like I said. So my friend was the one that really helped me come out of my shell. Like she was the one who 100% helped me out. But my other classmate, the one that I was starting the story with, I told my friend, I said, I'm going to tell her. I've thought about her all summer. First couple days of school, I'm going to tell her. I told the one other person that I talked with, and she was looking at me like, go for it. Because she was all for it. She's like, go for it. She goes, you need somebody. And I think the two of you would be good. Go for it. I will have your back. So it was a Thursday morning because when school first started for me, at the start of every year, we only went 4 days. That Friday, because the we always started the week after my birthday, which always pissed me off because I knew when my birthday came, I had 7 days left of summer vacation. That was it. 7 days left. That's it. We always started around the 25th. I'm like, 7 days, that's it, or less. That's all I have left of my summer vacation. My summer vacation is practically over. And when I told her, when that Thursday came along, my friend goes, you're going to tell her this. I'm going to tell her. So I'm going to tell her first thing this morning. I'm going to pull her aside. I'm going to say something to her. She's walking down with my other friend. And my other friend's just like shaking her head, going, so I didn't do it then. She pulls me aside and goes, she got engaged over the summer. Perfect timing, right? I literally tell my friend how I feel about her. I'm going to right as she gets engaged. Perfect timing. That was life once again playing the game of, well, we gave you something good. Now suffer. And I'm like, great. Thanks a lot, life. I appreciated it. Now, granted, her and I were still friends, and we were friends for a while, even after I went to tech school, after I graduated high school, because she ended up failing a couple classes, so she had to stay behind. And I was going to go down and see her graduate, because she would have been just a year behind me. We exchanged, I gave her my cell number. I said, here, I said, it's my cell number. I said, and we talked. Well, I was going to go down and see her graduate, but it rained the day of graduation. This one, I'm actually going to give life I'm really happy it screwed me at this point, mulligan, because it worked out really well. So I wanted to go down and see her graduate, but it rained. Well, because it was going to rain, they were going to move it indoors, and indoors is tickets only. Like they will give priority to immediate family. Anybody else, you need to have a ticket. SOL, right? So I'm like, all right, can't go see her graduate. That's fine, whatever. And I was gonna go. I was gonna go down and see her graduate because she came up when I graduated. She gave me a big hug and she said, "Now it's my turn." Well, I didn't get to see her graduate because it rained and it sucked, but it rained. Nothing I could do. I kept in touch with her and she moved out of state. She moved to Kentucky, I've seen Last of the Mohicans. So every time somebody says Kentucky, I instantly think of the Last of the Mohicans line. We're headed west to Kentucky or Kentucky. Well, the war is in the north. How is it you were headed west? You go north. Then real sudden like turn left. I think of that every time. So my friend went south, then real sudden like turned right. So she moved to Kentucky. I still kept in touch with her though. We met up again on social media and we talked online, messaging back and forth. She moved back. Um, she moved back then to the state, and we kept talking. We would text each other and that. I found out she was expecting. Tried to go see her, but unfortunately she had left about 2 weeks before I got a chance to go see her because she was at a shelter. So that worked out really well. Though the lady was very nice, but she told me that we really don't allow visitors. She goes, but at least you were nice to want to come and check on you. I said, yeah, it's okay. So that happened. Again, I'm thinking, all right, this is life. Just screw me to the wall again. Because this is my friend that, again, still had feelings for. Now, to be fair, my feelings for this friend are long gone because she proved she is not a very she's an ungrateful friend. Let's just put it that way. So, she's friends with another friend of mine, and it was a Saturday night. I just finally realized it because I was talking with her online, trying to help her because she was trying to get her GED. She was trying to start a better life, get a better life going. I offered to help, to the best of my ability. I couldn't give her money, obviously. I was poor, I was broke, I was unemployed. Because this is before I got my very first job. I was unemployed. And she looked at me and she goes, well, and she just stopped talking to me for a while. And if I would message her, it would be like, meh. If I would talk to her, it'd be like, meh. So then finally, it was a Saturday night. I'd had enough and just threw my hands up in the air and said, fuck it. I sent her a message saying, look, I'm done being your friend. I am done because you obviously don't respect my opinion. You don't respect me as a friend, and I stopped being a friend. It still bothers me to this day how I had to do it, but I had no choice. Do I know where she is now? No. Do I know if she's doing any better? Not a clue. But I had to make that decision, and I did. That was, again, life telling me, hey, it sucks. So, and then I had my 5 years, or sorry, my 5.5 years working my retail job, where I met a coworker that I kind of had a crush on, and I fell for. It was originally a joke, and because I would be like really nice around her, I'd offer to help a little more than any of the other employees would. And I was like, you know what? It's a joke. All right, roll with the joke, go for it. I don't care. It wasn't bothering me. It wasn't driving me nuts. Then, like I said, years later, she had left. Then she was going to school. She graduated and she left. She got a better job, and more power to her. Honestly, she deserved it. And I was thinking to myself, hey, because I found her on Facebook, so we talked on Facebook for a little bit. And it was a early morning because we were doing overnights, and I got done early because the truck didn't show up. So I sent her a message and I said, hey, just to let you know, I did always kind of have a crush on you. I did like you, but or at least I liked you. But I know you don't like me. Not like that, and it's fine. I just wanted to let you know. I basically told her that, and I found out that a month earlier she got married. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? So that was number two. Now, technically, I only really saw her on days that she was scheduled, so not a whole lot of interaction between us, which was fine. My first friend, though, my classmate, oh, we had a lot of interaction. In fact, we had a science class together in 10th grade. That was what started this whole night. Because my science teacher made the observation because she wanted to play what the Sims do. She wanted to be the god in the Sims world. She goes, because I was still a guy at the time yet. I was not considering transitioning. I was not considering anything else. She's like, he likes you. Like, he really likes you. He keeps wanting you to be his science partner all the time. To be fair, she sat right behind me in science class. I just had to lean my head back and we had to team up for partners. I just lean my head back and go, "Want to be science partners?" And she'd either go, "Yeah" or "No." I wasn't going to be upset if she didn't want to be science partners. She didn't want to be a partner for the project we had to do. That's fine. I did not get along with anybody else in my science class. That was my problem. So, of course, she kind of gives me a note, and that's what started that whole thing. And then, well, you know how that story is. We're no longer friends. I woke up the next morning after I sent her that message that Saturday night, and I was just completely, I felt so good. I felt wonderful about how everything was. Felt like the birds were chirping, sky was singing, everything was great. Like the birds outside my damn window were singing a tune, and I just felt so good. I listened to Bobby McFerrin's "Don't Worry, Be Happy" about 5 times. I had a spring in my step that nothing would ever top. And like I said, 5.5 years at my retail job, I leave my retail job, and I basically at this point now I'm working for this other place, this nice little office job I had, which I miss that often. I miss my desk. I had an extension. I had an extension number. I miss that. And yes, for anybody tuning in, I don't have live chat up because it's a pain in the neck. Sorry, because I know I got like one like on this. I see it, but I don't have live chat set up on this one because it doesn't work right. So, well, it does, but it doesn't. It would take up like half the screen. So, yeah, I don't think I can edit it either. Can I? Let me see here. Customization. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. Here, I'll try live chat. All right, we'll try live chat. See if live chat works. It doesn't screw anything up, but all right, there. We'll try live chat. See if anybody wants to try a live chat. So anyway, like I said, by this point now I'm working at this other job, and life was being kind of good to me. Granted, my grandfather passed away back in October of 2020. We're now in 2022 at this point, and I felt really good. I had full time job. I was making decent money. I was happy. I was bringing home like $400 a week. I was happy. I really was. I was really good. I was thinking like, hey, I'm gonna look into getting an air mattress. I want to move out of the attic, move into one of the bedrooms that are downstairs, which this is the room I ended up moving into then. My mom wanted me to take her room and she was gonna take this one, but we ended up doing the opposite because wintertime, super, super cold. I wasn't in the mood to freeze my butt off anymore in the upper floors, and I wouldn't have survived this past winter because it was freezing cold there. I don't think I would have made it. So we're like, nope. I moved down here, moved into this room, and that was that. But life was going really good. But I was still living in the attic. But everything was going good. I was still in the fire company yet. I was getting up at 2:30 in the morning, taking care of the stuff for the fire company for them really early. I had permission to do that because I lived like right across from them. So I could literally just walk right across the street. Taking care of that stuff for them. I would come back. I would take a nap for about half an hour to an hour and a half. Come that way I'd be asleep. That way I'd be well rested enough to go to work. I would come home, quick change, and walk right to work because work was right up the street. And that was in May. First Tuesday in June, I was let go. And that's when life started falling apart. I put in applications. Ironically, at the place that I'm working at now, literally the next day. So I was let go slash fired on a Tuesday. That Wednesday morning, I put in the application, and I never heard anything. I never heard anything back for the longest time. And that's when I tried getting my Etsy shop going. I tried getting my spring shop going. I was still doing videos on my other channel yet. Um, Stuff like that. In fact, I think was I still doing my podcast yet then? No, I wasn't. I think I stopped that. Or did I? Maybe I was still doing my podcast on the other channel. No, no, I was. I was still doing my podcast on the other channel yet, and then I had to stop doing that. Yeah, I had to stop that in like October. That's right, of last year. So yeah, I was still doing my podcasting on my other channel. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, everything's going somewhat okay. All right, we're trying to rebuild this now. I'm trying to get back, trying to, make a better life. Everything's okay. Money started dwindling down. Obviously, my savings was going pretty quick. And then the massive elephant hit the room. Come September, my uncle died. And then we're trying to figure out a way to get money to get the property because he was the executive of the estate. Got transferred to a different relative. This one wants to drag her feet, doesn't want to do anything right. Now it's a problem that we have, which we still have. And that was again life just playing another game of screw you, basically. So at this point now I'm annoyed. Now I'm just like flat out pissed off at life. And it's getting worse and worse, and I'm getting more and more annoyed and more pissed and more aggravated with obvious reasons. I mean, it's not like I'm going to up and tell life, hey, stop screwing me in the butt. So that led into a whole bunch of other problems. But before that was when I met my friend. I met her online. You know that story. How I met her online. I was curious about boob jobs. She had a boob job, and I was talking with her about it, and something just told me, hey, stick around her. Something about her is telling me that you really want to stay. You want to stay with her. So stick around her. Since nobody's coming back on, I'm going to turn on the chat so I can get the full screen back. I'm going to turn off the live chat so that I can. At least nice to know I can put live chat back on. So that is pretty cool. But basically, somebody told me, hey, stick around her, stay with her. Something about her is really interesting, and I did. And she's been my friend ever since. And it was somewhere in between there, between when I first met her and talking with her and getting to know her, that I fell for. And it all just came to a head when she had her surgery in February, when I was extremely worried about her. And now I'm trying to figure out what it was that I was interested about her, why I was so interested, so that I can try to suppress my feelings so that they won't bother me anymore. I still have my feelings, but life, like I said, just loves playing the game of screw you. Because, like I said, November, I lost a shit ton of money. I got scammed out of $2,000. My bank decided, hey, we're going to take every single cent you have left. I had to fight them to get it back. I won that fight fairly easily, but it was a miracle at that. I was unemployed, down to less than $1,000, and I'm basically banging my head against the wall, begging and pleading with anything that will change my life. And I ended up getting my job where I'm working at now, which I really hate because they are taking advantage of me massively, massively taking advantage. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that. And I found when I saw my schedule for this coming week, and I'm closing all 4 shifts that I have to work. Yeah, they're taking advantage of me big time because the other coworkers are going on vacation and I'm getting screwed. And I hate getting screwed because I'm not going to benefit from this aside from a paycheck that's just going to go to other bills. And I'm going to be stressed out because I'm probably going to be alone for 8 hours. For 4 8-hour shifts, I'm probably going to end up being alone, which is not fun at all. It sucks tremendously because anybody that is scheduled is either going to call off, or the other side of the deli, we have like a hot food section. They're going to end up calling off, and that person's going to have to go over there and help that. So I'm going to get screwed, or I'm going to be alone for 8 hours, which, great, wonderful. I hate that. But yeah, it's basically life screwing me over. It's a double edged sword, is what life is. And life is and will always be that. For every good thing that happens, and this is a firm philosophy that I believe in, it's the yin yang philosophy. For every good thing in life that happens to you, something bad has to happen to balance the equation. And it has always been that way. Like you find $20 on the side of the street or on the sidewalk. All of a sudden, hey, you need gas in your car because you're running out of gas. There goes your $20 you just found. Or you're having a really good day where everything is just going 100% your way. Like you cannot mess up the slightest. You got every green light going to work. You have every favorite song on the radio station was your favorite. You passed like 8 people that you looked at and like, damn, they look cute, or damn, they're hot. You were having the best day of your life. The other shoe's gonna drop, and that's what life is. That is life, and it's in an essence, in a nutshell, that's life. And that's sadly what happened with me. And in regards to my friend, I felt really, really comfortable around her. I felt really comfortable talking with her. And of course, life took that as, well, you're nice and comfortable now with this. We don't want that. So we're going to fix it. And they decided to fix it like you would fix a dog. Remember what Bob Barker used to always say and what Drew Carey kind of says now? Help control the pet population, spay and neuter your pets. Well, life decided, hey, we're going to help control your emotions by spaying and neutering them. And that's kind of what happened. So, like I said, I ended up spending weeks with this mentality that I was an idiot. And I still have that mentality. I still have that mentality that I am an idiot because I should have never told her. I should have never said anything. And my friend who's helping me with this, she's sort of like my sponsor in this. And I even told her it's sort of like I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous, but in this case, it's I fell in love with somebody and I'm not taking like it's you know I told her right as something amazing happened. And my mind instantly goes to, oh, you were trying to ruin her happiness. Congratulations, you are a horrible individual. And I'm like, great. And that's what my mind has been thinking for the last couple weeks. So I have my friend who's my sponsor in this. The person's basically my sponsor. I can go to them. And I try not to all the times. I know they're getting tired. But they're the ones that told me to focus on the positives. Like, what have you done extremely well, which made me really think about it today while I was watching TV with my mom and when I was out shopping this morning to get the groceries for the week. I actually thought about it, like, what have I done that has been really good? What have I done? What has happened to me the last 2 months that is completely positive in this? And one of them was I haven't touched a drop of Dr. Pepper since my 3-day bender. I have been exercising practically every day. I would go for walks. Granted, when it's not raining, I would go for a walk every day. It's a little park up the street from me. I am putting up videos more on my YouTube channel. I've started doing gameplay videos, like playthroughs. I did 2 Super Nintendo games, and now I'm doing Golden Sun, my favorite RPG. I'm getting more in touch with my feminine side. I got earrings that I actually adore. And then today I was thinking, what were all the things that I was so happy about when I fell for her before I told her? And then it dawned on me that a lot of it was just the general things that you have when you would fall in love. Like, I felt love for a lot of people. I wasn't as angry as I was. I wasn't as pissed off at every single person around me. I actually remember thinking that, and my nose is itching today. So it's in case you see me like go here, my nose is itching. Um, Actually, my upper lip is at my like right side of my nose is itching because I got some of my makeup in there earlier this morning. I didn't get it. I didn't get it all out, so that's a problem. But yeah. But anyway, I was thinking then, what was it that I felt during all this? And I remember it was a couple months ago. Back, I want to say back in March. Yeah, I want to say back in March. Like, yeah, like early, like late February, early March, but more early March. I was driving in to get groceries and I got cut off at an intersection because when you go across the intersection, you go across, you go into the shopping center, and somebody decided they're not going to pay it. They weren't paying attention. They were in the wrong lane, and they cut me off and almost hit me. Now, granted, and I want to say this, granted, the old me, the old me, prior to meeting my friend, would have followed their car to the parking lot they went to, pulled up right behind them and bitched them out. Like right there in front of everybody. I would have just bitched them out. I would have lowered my window and bitched them out. I didn't say anything. I let it go. I'm like, it's fine. And I noticed it today because there are a lot of aggressive drivers today because of it being the holiday weekend. And I noticed that I was getting really angry and annoyed with a lot of the drivers because there was a car in front of me that was going 10 miles under the speed limit. Because now, granted, okay, my speedometer I have realized is either a little um off or the couple of speed tracking signs that we have around here aren't calibrated right. I'm kind of going more with those than I am with mine because I think mine's actually right and theirs are a little off. But when speed limit's 55 miles an hour on the road that I'm on, and I'm barely hitting 40, and it drops down to 45 at one point, so it goes like a 10-mile drop, you know that somebody's impeding traffic. And I'm getting annoyed behind. I am laying on my. I wanted to lay on my horn, and now my neighbors are arguing again. I wanted to lay on my horn. I wanted to bitch and complain. I wanted to flip them the bird so bad. And I'm just bitching the whole time in the car. I'm like, get out of my way, Grandma. Move it. Freaking hit the accelerator. It's the vertical pedal on the goddamn right. I'm bitching and yelling. And the thing is, months ago, I wouldn't have been doing that. Like almost 4 months ago, I was completely calm. I could care less. You want to cut me off? Be my guest. Cut me off. As long as I'm not actually hit, I don't care. Yeah, have a nice day. So she kind of quelled me. She quelled my anger. And I noticed it today that it's coming back. So that's a negative, but I'm definitely having to find this, balance, like my friend suggested. And when I'm looking at the positive stuff, and then I'm thinking about what exactly all came about because of this experience. Like, all right, what have I learned about myself? Like, I'm an extremely caring person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm shy. I am not good at expressing and dealing with feelings and emotions, is true. But at the same time, I also learned that I would not be a good person for my friend, that I had these feelings, and I still do. I'm not good enough for her. There's no way. And that's a positive because then I can use that to better myself, that I could be good enough. I could be good enough for somebody. But for me, I don't feel like I'm good enough for me because I don't have the world's greatest self esteem. I never did. I never had it because when I was in school, I was overweight. I was picked on relentlessly by my classmates. I was hated by my classmates. I don't have the greatest of track records when it comes to having self confidence. My self confidence is a whopping zero. Like, I'm talking big ass goose egg. So for me to have self confidence is gone. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm not good enough for her. Even if she would have said, "Oh my God, that's so cool," I'm not good enough for her. And I had to realize that I'm not good enough. I'm not. I'm not strong enough to support her. I barely survive myself, and I have my mom to take care of. I'm the only income we have, and I'm going through the motions of trying to get as much money as I can to get the property, to pay taxes, to get the food, and cover any other bills that come up. Because I know the car's got to get inspected in October. It needs brakes this year. It's going to need brakes this year. I know that. I have to worry about the school tax coming up. I have to worry about registration renewal that comes up in September. And because I still have student loans, I have to worry about repaying those. I'm going through all this in my head, and I'm realizing that I would not be a good individual for my friend. Like, even if she would have, even if she would have said, "Hey, I like you too," I would have had to step back and look at this and went, "I'm not good enough for you, and I'm not. I'm not good enough for her. I'm barely good enough for me, so I'm sure as hell not good enough for her." I mean, she deserves somebody that can be there all the time, 100% can be there. Somebody that can love her and support her. Somebody that can be there not to take attention from her, but to support her, to help raise her up. If she's having a bad day, to be there as a shoulder to cry, to be somebody that can basically just brighten her day. I don't think I can be that. And that's what I think I have to try to accept. But this entire time, I have life once again trying to beat me down. Oh, we're going to make your job stressful so that you can't, get better. We're going to make your life stressful so that you have to deal with everything on top of it. We're going to make, I'm going to make your life so miserable that you're going to regret the day you were born because I don't like dealing with you. And that's life right now for me. I'm being taken advantage of at work. I'm being, I hate my job with a passion because of it. I want to better myself. I have to lose weight, which I'm working. I exercise every day. I want to lose weight. I want to be a better person. I want to do all these things. But at the same time, I have to still deal with what life's throwing at me in regards to how my friend is. Because I worry about my friend. And I will always worry about her. We could be 80 years old. She could be in a wheelchair on life support with oxygen tubes coming out of her and tubes in places that you wouldn't even want to imagine. And I would still be worried about her. I would still be wondering, are you okay? How's your day going? And then, because I did it for 2 months. I did it for, oh, sorry, a little over 2 months almost. I worried about how she was. I would try to talk to her every day. I'd see, are you okay? I would watch her stream. Hey, I'd hang out on her stream. I'd cheer her on in games. And these were things that I did because I had feelings. And it was as my friend said, and I also have asked ChatGPT about this because that's what got me into my mess in the first place when I asked it to help me come up with a letter to send my friend to tell her my feelings. All I was concerned about at that point was losing my friend because I didn't want it to become another incident like what happened to my classmate. I didn't want life to take this friend away from me because of that. And life was just like, I'll give you a mulligan. Psych. Life sucks sometimes. And the downside is no matter what we try to do to prevent how bad our life is and how worse it can get, life still sucks. And that is sadly the truth of it. Despite what we think and what we want life to be, it's always going to be the opposite, the exact opposite. In fact, I would like my life to be better. I would love to be able to not worry about money, to do something that I love doing as a career. I love playing games. I love working on computers. I love designing stuff. It's one of the things that I just find a passion in. I design stuff in Canva. I put stuff up. I have stuff up on my Etsy shop. I have a bunch of like t-shirt designs on my spring shop, and n- I had like 2 sales on Etsy in the almost year that I've been open. I've had 2 sales. That's it, two out of a year, 2 sales, and all I sell is digital products. I would love to just design stuff all day, to sell my own stuff, to be my own boss, to not have to worry about what hours do I have to work today? What time do I have to be at work? How bad is my coworkers going to screw me over? Am I going to end up having to, deal with this coworker not showing up and me getting screwed? Am I going to have to work till 10 o'clock tonight because coworker A decided to call off the 11th second, like the last second, and go, oh, I'm not making it in because I don't feel like it today, or call off like an hour into their shift when they were supposed to be there? If I was my own boss, I wouldn't have to worry about that. But life decided against that. Life decided to tell me, no, you're not good enough for that. We don't. I'm not going to let you um do this anymore. You're not going to be your own boss. You need to bow to another master. And I hate that. But I can't fight life on every angle. I'm transitioning. I'm trying my best to keep that going because I don't want to lose that. Because I enjoy being me. I am trying to get a better job so that I can get my life back on track. So I can have a better life. I'm trying to do better by me. And life, once again, realizing like the minute the stuff starts going well for me, like I could stop thinking about my friend. There might be a week where I don't care about her, where I don't worry about her. Life will look at me and go, "Hey." It's almost like if anybody's ever seen that episode of Baby Blues when Zoe started falling for Shelby and Rodney was getting a little jealous about it. Basically, same episode because you had Darren was talking to his jealousy. Well, consider life like a really creepy Muppet, a cute but creepy Muppet that just wants to come up behind you, puts its arm around your shoulder, and says, "Hey, remember your friend you have a crush on? I wonder how she's doing right now." Yeah, just like that. That is life in a nutshell. Just 100%. And that's all that happens every time. You could have the best moment of your life. You could be doing everything perfect. The minute life decides that you're not ready for this next step, it'll tell you because life will just start screwing you over. Now, you're not ready yet. I don't really want you to have it yet. Life is the mean kid on an anthill with a magnifying glass, and we're the ants. The question is, which one's going to get sunburned today, and which one's going to survive with only maybe a busted antenna, or you're missing your back leg? That's the main question. But life just sucks in general. There are days when it's good. There are days when life is beautiful. There are days when life sucks. Not gonna lie. This is definitely one of those times, especially for me. But I digress. I've been Jessica. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the couple people that actually were there for a little bit. But until next time, bye everybody. Till tomorrow. Bye.